You know, after I finished my best and worst of 2022 lists, I sat back and thought, I love horror so much and I talk so much about horror movies this year, why don't I do a top horror movies of 2022 list? Babe? Are you home early? Victoria. One sec, guys. Is there someone here? Hello? I'm gonna call the cops, seriously. What the? Hey! Okay, seriously, I don't know. How's that? What the f? Oh, shit, what the? Hey everybody, Anthony here from Awesome Anthony Productions, and today I'm going to be talking about my top 10 horror movies of 2022. A little late considering it's almost the end of January, but better late than never, right? Number 10, Mad God. An incredibly brutal, nightmarish, and tough to watch stop motion film with no dialogue that is simultaneously one of the most disgusting and harrowing things I've seen all year while still being one of the most artistic and beautiful. In its own disgusted and twisted way. But I really can't recommend it unless you have a super strong stomach. This movie's gross, it basically has no plot whatsoever, and it's all about the visuals, but it worked really well for me, and even though it was disgusting, I was engrossed by the whole thing. Which actually kind of leads me into number 9, Bones and All. A twisted love story that's all at once a horror movie, a romance, and a coming-of-age film that blends it all together beautifully. Yeah, it gets pretty disgusting here. I mean, this is a movie about people who eat people and they show it very graphically, but everything works very well and the whole thing feels kind of like a dream even during the disgusting parts. It's all capped off by Luca Guadagnino's passive yet immaculate direction, a great soundtrack, and fantastic performances, especially from Mark Rylance, who easily gives the most terrifying performance I've ever seen him do. Number 8, Nope. Jordan Peele's take on an alien invasion film actually has more in common with a classic Spielberg adventure movie, with beautiful scenes of spectacle, terror, actually pretty funny comedy, and effective commentary, which if you've seen Jordan Peele's last 2 films, that shouldn't be surprising to you. Daniel Kaluuya and Keke Palmer are an absolute power duo, and the UFO and what they chose to do with it is one of the coolest things I've seen on screen in a very long time. Number 8. X. A love letter to the gritty, violent horror movies of the 70s, X takes its time telling a drama before exploding into a violent slasher film with inventive and kinda nasty kills and a wicked sense of humor. Ty West really made this feel like a classic slasher, allowing time for a slow burn and for character development from all of the cast before the blood and limbs start flying, making the whole experience just that more rewarding. Number 7. The Black Phone. A modern horror classic that tells a tale, while slightly predictable, is executed very well and has an incredibly satisfying ending. Ethan Hawke is super creepy and makes great use of his limited screen time here, and the film tells a surprisingly emotional story with that satisfying ending I mentioned before. Number 6. The Menu. Another brilliant thriller to come out of 2022. The Menu offers you a delectable 5-course meal of a brilliant cast. I mean, you've got Ralph Fiennes, Anya Taylor-Joy, Nicholas Hoult, John Leguizamo, and a whip-smart script full of hilarious dry comedy, and a scathing satire of foodies, the rich, and yuppie culture, capped off by a beautifully disturbing finale. Number 5. Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. The definitive Gen Z horror satire, brilliantly tearing apart my two-faced social media obsessed generation with really smart and hilarious writing and a pretty effective murder mystery. The performances are all great here too, especially from Amanda Stenberg and Pete Davidson of all people, and the ending is just perfect when paired with the themes and the satire. Number 4. It's right there. Barbarian, baby. This sat at number 1 on my... Oh my god, I think I up. Okay, let's go back through the list here because your boy kind of screwed up a little bit here. Number 10, Mad God. Number 9, Bones and All. Number 8, Nope. Number 7, X. Number 6, The Black Phone. Number 5, The Menu. Number 4, Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. So let's go to number 3. Yeah, it's there. You already heard me say it. It's Barbarian. This brilliant horror film builds incredible, super palpable tension in the first act, then turns into a modern take on a crazy 80s horror movie with camp, twists, comedy, scares, and laughs till the very end. I loved almost everything about this movie, from the cast with Bill Skarsgård, a delightfully douchey Justin Long, and a great final girl in Georgina Campbell. This is worth showing to your friends just to see their reactions. Number 2, Pearl. With Pearl, everything works. Mia Goth, the cinematography, the music, the way the horror and violence are shot that echoes like a 1920s Technicolor movie. A lot of this looks like the Wizard of Oz. Plus there's the great commentary on mental health. I mean, everything here is fully realized by Ty West and Mia Goth. As much as I loved X, this film was even better. And each time I watch it, I fall right back into this beautiful Technicolor nightmare. That's much more than just an exploitation of a broken girl's psyche. Alright, time for number 1. If you've seen my best of 2022 list, you probably already know what it is. This is supposed to be a hint to what it's Smile! Of course it's Smile, baby! I loved Smile! That movie scared the crap out of me. When I went into it, I was expecting something like Blumhouse's Truth or Dare, but this was so effectively done between the amazing performance from Sosie Bacon, the practical effects, the slow burn, and the way that everything is fully realized, even the jump scares. It's all done with such care, love, and a genuine knowledge of what is going to scare and terrify your audience. And Parker Finn, first-time director here, nailed it. Add all that together, and you have a recipe for one of the best horror movies of the year. Yeah, it may not be the best horror movie of the year. I've seen some that I actually think are better in 2022, but Smile really was the most effective for me, and it scared the absolute hell out of me, and that is why it deserves number 1 on this list. Now that I got through that list, let's go to the honorable mentions. Fresh. With a disarming opening and a truly menacing take from Sebastian Stan, Fresh is a nasty but fun take on cannibal horror that never takes itself too seriously to its benefit. Prey. The best Predator since the original, in my opinion, with a refreshingly simple story, a scary Predator, and a main character that is actually flawed and not just a perfect action hero. Werewolf by Night. Oh, okay, hey, put the gun down, alright? I know there's an MCU movie on this list, but it was really great, so I'm sorry, please don't shoot me. Seriously though, Werewolf by Night was the breath of fresh air that the MCU needed, especially during Phase 4. It's a black and white monster movie that pays loving homage to all the Universal monster movies that came before it, while offering its own spookfest that surprisingly does not shy away from the blood and gore, and offers plenty of heart and humor while taking itself pretty seriously, which is really hard to say for a lot of Marvel projects nowadays. Orphan First Kill. I thought I was just getting a typical boring prequel in the first 30 minutes though, and was almost ready to turn it off, but then a clever as hell twist ramps up the stakes, and dials the fun and crazy all the way up to 11. And I had a pretty damn good time with it. Just be ready to suspend your disbelief with the de-aging in this film. Be ready to be a little weirded out by that. But once you get past that, this is a pretty damn fun horror movie. And the last one on my honorable mentions is Terrifier 2. I know I mentioned this movie on my worst of video, and for good reason, because the acting and script are just really not good whatsoever. But art in its goofy, nightmarish, and macabre self, paired with the incredible practical gore effects, definitely made it stand out among everything else this year. And there you have it, my top 10 best horror movies of 20... Son of a bitch! Oh, son of a... Fuck! There you have it, folks, my top 10 best horror movies of 2022. Hope you enjoyed this list, because I fought for my life to get it out to you guys. And if you did, just help me out. Please go ahead and leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you thought. Subscribe, ring the bell so you never miss any of my content. And while you're at it, you can click or tap on these cards here. They'll take you to my best movies of 2022 list, or just over to my channel where you can check out my reviews, my shorts, and my old shit. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and I'll see... Just kidding, I killed the skinwalker. See ya!